I'm the villain in a romance novel, the ruthless billionaire CEO. In the original story, I was married to my wife for 3 years. We were in love. Then the one that got away came back to the States. The story goes that when my wife got sick, I was out shopping with my old flame on my wife's birthday. I forgot and went stargazing with her instead. For the sake of this manipulative girl who played innocent, I did one scumbag thing after another. I was cold. I humiliated her. I constantly misunderstood her. I just kept tormenting my brilliant, sweet wife who never spoke up for herself. Eventually, the other woman's scheming caused my wife to have a miscarriage. That was the last straw. She filed for divorce and walked out of my life for good. Her childhood best friend saw his chance and moved in. Only then did I supposedly realize that she had been my whole world. With her friend's help, she drove my company into the ground until I finally hit rock bottom and saw the error of my ways. Then began my epic redemption arc, groveling through hell and back to win her over. Except in that version, I never could. The story ends with me dying alone in a hospital bed, whispering her name. Huh, what a twisted author. We were in love, so why invent all that drama? But now I've woken up. I know the script, and the first scene is me picking up my old flame from the airport. Yeah, right, like hell I am. The plot has officially reached the point where the one that got away returns. Today is my 3rd wedding anniversary with Luna Rossi. Our relationship hasn't yet been shattered by the return of my high school crush. Right now, Luna is at home, probably excited, planning to cook a huge anniversary dinner. In the original script, I lied to her. I tell her I have to work late. Then I accept an invitation to go to JFK to pick up Kehlani Leilani. While I get home late that night, I find Luna's childhood friend Julian Rhodes in the living room, comforting her. Naturally, I jump to the wrong conclusion. Julian, of course, provokes me, making the misunderstanding 1,000 times worse. Just thinking about it is exhausting. It's such a cheap soap opera. I turn around and walk out of the airport terminal. As I do, a series of translucent messages, like a live comment feed, scrolls across my vision. WTF, why is the male lead leaving? What does this plot twist mean? Hey, the old flame is about to land, and he just bailed. Just you wait. The little drama queen is going to have a fit, and he's going to pay for it. This feeling is seriously annoying. Zero privacy. I slide into the back of the town car and tell the driver, home. My assistant sitting beside me looks baffled. Mr. Sterling, shouldn't we wait for Ms. Leilani? I said home. Do you have a problem with your hearing? But my assistant tries to say something else, but I cut him off. But what? Say one more word, and you can go see HR about your severance package tomorrow morning. Terrified, he immediately tells the driver to get going. Why get home? Luna is standing in the kitchen, wearing an apron, a look of pure surprise on her face. Riker, honey, you're home? I thought you said you were working late tonight. I haven't even started cooking yet. A smile plays on my lips. I missed you, so I came home early. I shrugged off my suit jacket, tossing it onto the sofa. Let me cook tonight. Luna is clearly stunned for a second, then a warm, gentle smile spreads across her face. Okay. Just then, my phone buzzes. It's Kehlani. I decline the call. It rings again. I decline it again. The comment feed in front of my eyes explodes. Whoa, what is happening? Did the male lead have a personality transplant? Something's wrong. This is very, very wrong. OMG, he actually dared to hang up on the drama queen. How dare he? What about the misunderstanding? What about the groveling? How is the plot supposed to work now? In the kitchen, I tie on an apron and start expertly prepping the ingredients. Luna stands beside me, her eyes sparkling. Riker, when did you learn to cook? I've always known how. I don't even look up from chopping the vegetables. I just used to think it was a waste of time. Luna bites her lip to hold back a smile, a faint blush coloring her cheeks. My phone buzzes again. A text message this time. Kehlani. Riker, honey, why didn't you come get me? I've been waiting at the airport forever, and I'm so scared. I scoff and type back a reply. Not my problem. If you're scared, call 911. This is a civilized country. The comments go into a frenzy. HLYS. T. Is the male lead possessed? OMG, Kehlani's face must be priceless right now. I am loving this new plot direction. Scumbag turning into a loyal husband. I put my phone down and focus on cooking. Luna leans over, curious. Who is that? Spam text. I lie without missing a beat, tossing a handful of chopped parsley into the pan. Just as I'm putting the food on the table, The doorbell rings. Luna moves to get it, but I put a hand on her shoulder. I'll go. Through the peephole, I see Kehlani's perfectly made-up face. She's standing there with her luggage, her eyes red-rimmed, looking pitiful and fragile. Riker, honey. The second I open the door, she throws herself at me. I sidestepped smoothly, and she nearly face-plants into the shoe rack in the entryway. What are you doing here? I asked coldly. Kehlani catches her balance, her eyes instantly welling up with tears. Riker, honey, I came all the way back, and you didn't even come to the airport to pick me up. Why would I pick you up? I blocked the doorway, making it clear she isn't welcome inside. Kehlani is stunned, a single tear clinging to her eyelash. Riker, honey, how could you treat me like this? Aren't we? What? I interrupt. Just as I'm about to continue, Luna peeks out from the dining room. Honey, who is it? My large frame blocks her view. Hearing Luna's voice, Kehlani's expression instantly changes, and she tries to push past me to catch up with her old friend. I grab her arm, push her back out onto the porch, and shut the door in her face. From outside, I can hear her furious stomping and the sound of her suitcase tipping over. No one, I say, turning back to Luna. Probably just a salesperson. The comments scroll frantically. Dang, that move was legendary. OMG, he's so freaking cool. I'm in love. Kehlani's face must be green right now. This plot is so much better. The male lead finally grew a brain. Wait, no. I came here for the redemption arc. I walk back to the dining table. Luna is looking at me, puzzled. A salesperson this late? Yeah, probably a scammer. I nonchalantly place a piece of braised short rib on her plate. Try this. I learned how to make it special for you. Luna takes a bite, and her eyes light up. The next morning, I'm in my office catching up on work. I'm about to take a sip of coffee when my assistant rushes in. Mr. Sterling, Ms. Leilani is in the reception area. She says she has something important to discuss with you. Let her wait. I don't even look up from the documents. And another thing, inform security that from now on, no one gets in without an appointment. No exceptions. My assistant is shocked. But Ms. Leilani said, "Did you not understand me?" I give him a cold, hard stare. He immediately shuts up and turns to carry out my orders. A few minutes later, Kehlani bursts into my office, her voice thick with tears. Riker, honey. Her perfect makeup is smudged from crying. Without looking up, I say coldly, "Who let you in?" Riker, honey, you were never like this before. You used to care about me more than anyone. Care about you? I let out a short, harsh laugh. I put down my pen, steeple my fingers under my chin, and fix her with an icy gaze. Ms. Leilani, let's get something straight. I'm a married man. The past is the past. Furthermore, you just barged into my private office without permission. I could have you arrested for trespassing. You know that. Kehlani's face goes pale, and tears stream down her face like a broken string of pearls. Riker, honey. Her voice trembles as she tries to speak again. I don't have time for your theatrics. If you have no real business here, don't bother me again. And if you continue to harass me, don't blame me for being unpleasant. With that, I press the button on my intercom. Security, please escort this woman who is trespassing in my office out of the building. As the security guards drag her away, Kehlani is still screaming hysterically. Riker, Sterling, you'll regret this. I closed the door, my expression unchanged, and dialed the HR department. The receptionist and security guard on duty at the front desk today, fire them both. The comment feed goes wild. Damon, the MC, is on a rampage. This plot is so satisfying. Scumbag turned ruthless CEO. The green tea finally hit a brick wall. Wait, if he's this competent, how are we going to get the redemption arc? I suddenly remember that in the original novel, today was the day Kehlani was supposed to bring me an invitation. Her grandfather was throwing a massive gala to celebrate her return. A small smile touches my lips as I get back to work. At the gala 2 nights later, the Leilani estate is glittering with chandeliers and overflowing with champagne. Luna is on my arm, her champagne-colored gown making her skin look like porcelain. She nervously squeezes my sleeve. Riker, I'm not really used to these kinds of events. I gently pat her hand. I'm right here. We've barely stepped into the ballroom when Kehlani, teetering on stiletto heels, storms toward us. She's wearing a dramatic backless red dress. Her makeup so flawless she looks like a doll. Riker, honey. She raises her voice. intentionally drawing the eyes of nearby guests. It took you long enough. I've been waiting forever for you. Then she turns to Luna, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. Oh wow, Luna, you're here too? You mustn't misunderstand. Even though Riker used to have a huge crush on me, we never got together. Calling him Riker, honey, is just a habit. I watched Kehlani's pathetic performance with cold eyes, pulling Luna a little closer. Ms. Leilani, if you'd like to be more familiar, you're welcome to call me Uncle Riker. After all, right before you came back, your father and I closed several major deals. He was so pleased, he practically adopted me on the spot. The smile on Kehlani's face freezes for a split second before she recovers. She covers her mouth with her hand and giggles. Oh, Riker, honey, you're so funny. She then turns to Luna and links her arm through hers. Luna, sweetie, let's go chat over there, shall we? Before I can object, Luna nods and gives me a look that says it's okay. I frowned, but I can't exactly cause a scene. Call me if you need anything. Kehlani shoots me a triumphant glance and leads Luna toward the terrace. The comic feed is a blur. Damin, my man is so handsome. That protective vibe is everything. The green tea is about to start something. Luna, be careful. Ah, this is so tense, Riker. Go save your wife. I stand my ground, my eyes locked on their retreating figures. A woman like Kehlani is all schemes and manipulation. She wouldn't seek Luna out for a friendly chat. Sure enough, not even 10 minutes later, I see Kehlani deliberately stumble backward off the terrace, dragging Luna down with her. They both plummet into the swimming pool below. By the time I get there, only Kehlani is thrashing at the surface, screaming for help. Luna is nowhere to be seen. Without a second thought, I dive into the pool. The water is murky, but I desperately search for Luna's silhouette. Kehlani immediately starts struggling toward me, as if she'll try to hold Luna under the water. I swim around her, shove her away forcefully, grab Luna, and pull her to the surface. Just then, Luna's friend, Julian Rhodes, appears at the edge of the pool, diving in and swimming toward us. He freezes, a look of complete confusion on his face as he watches me save Luna while leaving Kehlani behind. I lift Luna out of the water. She's gasping, coughing up water, her face pale. Kehlani is still flailing, her makeup completely ruined, her wet hair plastered to her face. She looks pathetic. Riker, honey, help me. She reaches a hand toward me, her voice weak. I give her one last cold glance, then yell to Julian, who's still treading water. What are you waiting for? Get Ms. Leilani out of the pool. With that, I take off my suit jacket, wrap it around Luna's shivering body, and sweep her up into my arms. She trembles against my chest, her fingers clutching my shirt. A crowd of guests has gathered around the pool. Julian has just managed to pull a sputtering Kehlani onto the deck. I stride through the ballroom, carrying Luna. The media photographers the Vances had hired for the event are snapping pictures like crazy. Behind me, I hear Kehlani's tearful cry. Riker, honey. I didn't mean to. Julian rushes up beside us. Is Luna okay? Should we get her to a hospital? I shoot him a glacial look. That won't be necessary, Mr. Rhodes. Luna pulls weakly at my collar. Riker, I'm okay. Be quiet. I look down at her, but my voice softens. You swallowed water. Don't talk. The comment feed goes berserk. OMG, that protective CEO vibe is just too hot. Julian, so I guess I'll just leave. Kehlani totally blew it this time. At that moment, a group of police officers enters the ballroom. The guests fall silent, watching the police with curiosity. After setting Luna down on a sofa and making sure she's wrapped in a dry blanket, I walk purposefully to the ballroom's main stage. Wait, why are the cops here? Shouldn't he be taking care of his wife? What's he doing on stage? Don't tell me he called the cops. What is happening? What is this writer doing? I can't help but smirk. Did they really think I was a pushover? Now that I've woken up, there's no way I'm letting these ticking time bombs ruin my life. If I eliminate them one by one, no one can influence me, and I can finally break free from the original plot. Isn't living a quiet, stable life good enough? Why does there have to be all this cheap drama and obsessive romance? To hell with bankrupting my own company just for some redemption arc. The commoners are clearly baffled by this turn of events. I stand on the stage and look down coldly at Kehlani, who is now surrounded by police officers. I'm sure you're all curious about what just happened, so allow me to explain. As I speak, Every reporter in the room turns their camera on me. Flashes go off. Live streams start rolling, with all eyes on me. I clap my hands twice. Several security guards quickly power on a massive screen behind the stage. Suddenly, security footage from the terrace fills the screen. It clearly shows Kehlani intentionally pulling Luna toward the edge of the pool, then falling backward herself, all while maintaining a death grip on Luna's wrist to drag her down too. Kehlani stares at the screen, her face a mask of panic. No, that's impossible. Riker, honey, listen to me. That video has to be fake. There are no cameras there. I sneer and signal the guards to switch the video feed. A new angle appears on the screen, this one from an underwater camera. It shows Kehlani, after they've fallen in, forcefully holding Luna down by her shoulders, preventing her from surfacing. When I appear in the frame, one of her hands is still pushing down on Luna, who is clearly drowning. To ensure the security of tonight's event, I had the estate's owner upgrade the entire surveillance system. Therefore, I draw out the word, a cold smile on my face as I look at Kehlani. Ms. Leilani is suspected of attempted murder, and the evidence is irrefutable. I stand on the stage, looking down as the police slap handcuffs on her wrists. Riker Sterling, how dare you do this to me? Kehlani screams hysterically. My father will never let you get away with this. Officers, please proceed according to the law. I state calmly, cutting her off. Also, effective immediately, all of Sterling Holdings' joint ventures with Leilani Corp are terminated. Kehlani's father rushes forward. Mr. Sterling, this must be a misunderstanding. I point to the screen, my smile now bone-chilling. Mr. Leilani, the footage speaks for itself. Your daughter's actions constitute attempted murder. My wife nearly died, and for that, I will make your entire corporation pay the price. The comment feed completely floods my vision. The MC is a legend. That was flawless. Leilani Corp is done. This is so satisfying. Now that is a real billionaire CEO, decisive and ruthless. That counterattack was epic. So cathartic. The green tea hit a solid steel wall this time. LMAO. After the police lead Kehlani away, a stunned silence falls over the ballroom. I ignore the hushed whispers from the crowd. I walk over to Luna. She's sitting on the sofa, pale, while Julian Rhodes hands her a cup of hot water. I snatch the cup from his hand and lift Luna back into my arms. Thank you for your concern for my wife, Mr. Rhodes. But now it's time for her to go home. Julian frowns. Luna needs to go to the hospital to get checked out. Your concern is not needed. I cut him off coldly. My personal doctor is already waiting at our home. Luna leans against my chest and whispers, Riker, don't you think this is a bit too much? Too much. I scoff as we leave. Julian stands watching us, his expression unreadable. The day Kehlani stormed my office, I had my legal team draft a series of new clauses for all our joint projects with Leilani Corporation. They were full of hidden traps. If everything went smoothly, we'd make a fortune and Leilani Corp would get the scraps. If anything went wrong, I'd be able to strip them for parts and still turn a tidy profit. Now, with this incident, the plan is in motion. Leilani Corp stock is hitting limit down every single day. 3 different banks have already frozen their assets. Their partners are pulling out in droves. Leilani Corp is finished. In half a month, their market value has evaporated by nearly $10 billion. Just as I'm preparing for a hostile takeover, I notice that Julian Rhodes is also making a move. Julian is showing his teeth, buying up huge amounts of Leilani Corp stock at rock-bottom prices. I stand at the floor-to-ceiling window of my office, looking out over the city, a glass of whiskey in my hand. My assistant knocks and enters. Mr. Sterling, Rhodes Industries just announced they've acquired a 35% stake in Leilani Corporation. I sneer. He moves fast. Should we? No rush. I raise a hand to cut him off. Let Julian enjoy his moment. The comments fly across my vision. Whoa, the corporate warfare has begun. The MC looks so damn cool, like a chess master. Is Julian trying to compete with our guy? Let them fight. Let them fight. A week later, the news of Leilani Corp's acquisition is all over the financial channels. I sit in my conference room, watching Julian's smug face on the screen as he gives an interview. Rhodes Industries will be taking over all of Leilani Corp's core assets. My assistant hands me a file. Sir, this is Rhodes' latest acquisition proposal. I laugh. Julian has no idea. Leilani Corp's core business now runs almost exclusively on patents owned by Sterling Holdings. With our partnership terminated, those projects are worthless. Notify the legal department immediately. File a lawsuit against Leilani Corp for patent infringement. That same afternoon, Rhodes Industries stock plummets, and an enraged Julian calls me. Riker Sterling, what the hell do you think you're doing? I leisurely twirl a pen in my fingers. Just protecting my intellectual property, Julian. Why so angry? I can hear him grinding his teeth on the other end of the line. Sterling, are you trying to start a war with me? I let out a cold laugh. Don't be so dramatic. It's just business. Fine, just fine. Julian's voice is dangerously low. You think this is going to stop me? We'll see, I say, and hang up. I didn't expect Julian's retaliation to come so quickly. He started contacting Luna behind my back, trying to create the illusion of intimacy between them. Of course, I knew exactly what he was doing. In a way, this was a test for Luna. Lately, Luna has seemed distracted. I've noticed her checking her phone frequently, often angling it away from me when a message comes in. One evening, I end up meeting early and come home to find her on the phone in the garden. Julian, I really can't agree to that. Her voice is hushed. I stand inside by the window, my expression turning to ice. The comment feed erupts. Whoa, is the female lead turning to the dark side? Julian is such a scumbag. MC, do something. He's trying to steal your wife. That night when I get home, Luna is sitting on the living room sofa, holding a stack of photographs. She looks up at me, her eyes clear and steady. Riker, I need to talk to you. I take off my jacket and sit down across from her. What is it? Luna slides the photos across the coffee table. Julian came to see me today. He gave me these. The photos are all supposedly intimate shots of Julian and Luna in various settings. One where he's draping his coat over her shoulders, another of them laughing in a coffee shop, and one where his arm is around her waist. I flip through them, my face unreadable. And they're all photoshopped. Luna says, her voice perfectly calm. He threatened me. He said if I didn't play along with his scheme, he'd send them to you. I raise an eyebrow. And he thought I would believe him? A smile finally breaks across Luna's face. I knew you wouldn't. She pulls a flash drive from her purse. I recorded the entire conversation. His threats, everything. The comments explode. Why, yes. The female lead has a brain. I love it. Julian's plan was so lame. LMAO. The main couple teaming up to crush the villain is the best. I take the flash drive, a cold smirk forming on my lips. I thought Julian Rhodes was a smart man. I really overestimated him. There were no police in the original version of this scene. Too bad for him. I'm calling them again. The next morning, I take the audio evidence and a team of officers directly to the Rhodes Industries headquarters. Julian is in the middle of a board meeting when the police walk in and escort him from the conference table. The room is in an uproar. Julian's face is ashen, and he shoots me a look of pure hatred as I follow him out. I casually pour the contents of my insulated thermos, scalding hot water, onto the large money tree sitting by his office door. A crowd of reporters is already waiting in the lobby. I called them all myself. While the audio recording might not be enough to put Julian away for good, it's more than enough to humiliate him. Watching the reporters swarm him, flashes popping everywhere, a cold smile spreads across my face. The comment feed goes nuts. HLYST. That move was savage. Look at the scumbag's face, it's priceless. Julian is so done for, huh? Now that's a real CEO. Total annihilation. What did the money tree ever do to you? Why the hot water? Oh my. Oh, so this is corporate warfare. News that Julian Rhodes was taken in for police questioning immediately starts trending online. Rhodes Industries under suspicion of blackmail. Julian Rhodes arrest video. I sit in my office, watching Rhodes Industries stock go into a freefall on the monitor and happily twirl my pen. This whole affair has been incredibly profitable. First I made a killing when Julian acquired Leilani Corp, and now I'm making another fortune shorting his stock. Making money is so much more satisfying. I really don't understand the CEOs in these novels acting like hormonal teenagers obsessed with drama. The afternoon Julian is released on bail, I call a press conference. The venue is packed. Every major financial news outlet is there. I stand at the podium and announce, my face a mask of indifference. Effective immediately, Sterling Holdings will begin a full-scale acquisition of Rhodes Industries. The room erupts in chaos. "Mr. Sterling, is this a hostile takeover?" a reporter shouts. I sneer. "It's just business. Rhodes Industries is poorly managed, and its stock is plummeting. We are simply capitalizing on the opportunity." The comments scroll at lightning speed. Damn, the MC has gone nuclear. A direct takeover of his rival's company. That is a power move. Julian must be having an aneurysm right now, huh? It's not a joke. I have all this cash now. If I don't spend it, how will anyone know just how rich Sterling Holdings is? The press conference has just ended when Julian storms into the Sterling building with a group of bodyguards. Riker Sterling. He barges into my office, his eyes bloodshot. "You son of a bitch, you're dead." I calmly closed the file I was reading. "Trespassing is a crime, Julian. Don't give me that crap." Julian slams his fist on my desk. "Call off the acquisition now. Or else. Or else what?" I look up at him, my eyes like chips of ice. "You'll Photoshop a few more pictures to threaten my wife." Julian's face turns a blotchy red. I stand up, towering over him. "Julian, you are a profound disappointment. With tactics this pathetic, you dare call yourself my rival?" I don't know if the original author was just this untalented, but the business elites in this story are embarrassingly incompetent. My words push Julian over the edge. He completely loses control, grabs the crystal ashtray off my desk, and hurls it at my head. I duck to the side, then pivot, driving my elbow hard into his face. Crack. Julian stumbles back, blood gushing from his nose. The comments go wild. "Whoa, the MC can fight too. So hot. That elbow strike was vicious. He wrecked the scumbag's face. He deserved it. That's for messing with Luna." I slowly unbutton my cuffs and remove my suit jacket, carefully hanging it on the back of my chair. Breaking and entering, and now assault. The charges are piling up, Julian. But since you started this, I happen to know a little boxing myself. Julian's bodyguards start to move forward, but they're instantly blocked by my own security team and don't dare to make a move. This is my turf. He's hopelessly outnumbered. I smirk and crack my knuckles. Julian wipes the blood from his nose, his eyes filled with venom. "Sterling, you're dead." As he speaks, he lunges, his fist aimed squarely at my face. I sidestep, my right hand shooting out to grab his wrist. In one fluid motion, I execute a perfect shoulder throw, slamming him onto the marble floor. But Julian hits the ground hard, a pained grunt escaping his lips. I look down at him. "Is that all you've got?" He struggles back to his feet, staggering slightly. He suddenly pulls a Swiss Army knife from his pocket. The blade flashes as he thrusts it toward my stomach. My eyes narrow. With a move like lightning, I grab his wrist and twist it back on itself. Snap! A sharp, sickening crack echoes through the office. "Arg!" Julian screams in agony, the knife clattering to the floor. I follow up with a vicious knee strike, driving it deep into his gut. Oof! Julian doubles over, vomiting bile onto the floor. The comments are a solid wall of text. HLYST, his fighting skills are insane. That shoulder throw was incredible. The scumbag got what he deserved. He deserved it. You pull a knife? Yes, beat him to a pulp. I grab a handful of his hair, forcing his head up. Julian Rhodes, you lose. In business, you're a failure. And in a fight, you're even more pathetic. With that, I slam his head down onto my desk phone. The solid mahogany groans under the impact. Blood pours from a new gash on Julian's forehead, and he collapses to the floor in a heap. I straighten my cuffs and nod to my security team. Call the police. The police. The comment feed shatters. Whoa, the MC is a beast. That beat down was so satisfying. The scumbag is totally and completely finished, huh? That afternoon, photos of a bloody and battered Julian Rhodes being carried out of the Sterling Holdings building on a stretcher are the #1 trending topic online. Sitting in my office, I watch Rhodes Industries stock price hit an all-time low and smile. The acquisition is proceeding with astonishing speed. In less than a week, all of Rhodes Industries' core assets are mine. Julian Rhodes is drowning in debt, kicked out by his own board of directors. The comments are a victory lap. Why, yes, BMC's plan was flawless. 666. The scumbag finally got his karma. Now that is a true billionaire CEO, ruthless and decisive. The news of Julian's bankruptcy sends shock waves through the business world. My absorption of both Lalani Corp and Rhodes Industries becomes the stuff of legend. I stand on the top floor of the Sterling Tower. Beyond the glass, the city lights sparkle like a galaxy. My assistant hands me a folder. Sir, this is the final verdict for Kailani Leilani. I glance at it. Attempted murder, sentenced to 9 years. And Julian Rhodes, convicted of corporate fraud and assault with a deadly weapon. He got 5 years. I nod and toss the documents into the shredder. I turn toward the elevator. I'm going home. When I arrive, Luna is curled up on the sofa reading a book. The warm yellow light of the lamp casts a soft halo around her. Hearing the door, she looks up and gives me a sweet smile. You're home, honey. I shrug off my jacket, drape it over a chair, and sit down beside her. She naturally leans into my arms, the faint scent of jasmine from her hair filling my senses. Why so late tonight? She murmurs, her fingers idly toying with my tie. I lean down and kiss the top of her head, just tying up some loose ends with the Rhodes acquisition. Luna suddenly sits up straight, her eyes shining. Riker, there's something I want to ask you. I raise an eyebrow. A blush creeps up her cheeks, and she twists her fingers together. Should we have a baby? The comment feed instantly explodes. Is it finally happening? Luna is being so direct. I love it. Whoa, are they really going to do it? Are you sure? Luna nods, her face bright red. Before she could say another word, I sweep her up into my arms and stride toward the bedroom. Riker, she cries out, instinctively wrapping her arms around my neck. The comments scroll faster than I can read. OMG, the Princess Carrie. I'm swooning. That arm strength. Yes, please. It's happening. It's happening. He's so smooth. That gasp. I'm dead. She's so soft and cute. I want to ravish her. Can I really watch this for free? OMG, this is one hell of a ride. Her voice is so seductive. His stamina must be insane. Don't stop, Riker. Go for another round.